That was the best acting I've ever seen in my whole life.
Like you.
He deserves his reputation as possibly the greatest actor of his generation.
And what makes the best actor in the world? Because in sports, you can measure. What is it about the best actor?
I've never seen an actor so completely consume himself in character, in true character work during the work. And you're looking at every single solitary piece of footage you've ever shot on the net. Every single moment, he leave that at all. If you are really in character, you only have a few choices. If something weird were to happen at this table right now, there's not a zillion ways Charlie Rose is going to react. There's probably about 4 ways.
Why do you downgrade acting as a profession?
What?
I say, why do you downgrade acting as a profession over the years?
What makes you think I do?
What are the essentials to you? What makes cinema?
I think what makes cinema to me, I think ultimately it's something that for some reason stays with you, so that a few years later you can watch it again, or 10 years later you watch it again and it's different. In other words, there's more to learn about yourself or about life. That's interesting. At first you may you may find that I am affected by this film, the camera work is amazing, the actors are terrific, great editing and that sort of thing. But after a certain amount of time, after you get enough of that, like, for example, Shoot the Piano Player, Truffaut, I thought that was the best. But after a while, I realized it's Jules and Jim. It's got more depth. You can watch it repeatedly, and you can watch it different times in your life. With the actors and how he's framed them and how they play off each other, and it's the mood and tone of the picture along with the music, of course, and it's the framing, the compositions, which have almost a kind of an aesthetic quality, freaky kind of quality to it, and so in a way I've enjoyed that picture, and I still do, because of the things that it's not famous for, you know,
because you're finding something else than what it was famous for.
Did it ever feel like this is going to be complicated for the audience, or did you have any concerns about it being a difficult thing for an audience to grasp, or did it feel that it was something that people could grasp?
Well, it's fuck it, you know. I mean, to give a slightly more sophisticated answer, it's my job as a writer-director particularly to try and be the audience for the film. I write the script from page 1 to the end of the film. I try to be the audience as I'm writing the script. In that way, my hope is that there are enough signifiers, there are enough familiarities to the rhythm of the piece I'm putting together, that the audience can feel oriented. So even if they're confused by certain aspects, the feeling of the rhythm, in an almost musical way, is involving and sort of correct.
Whether it's for real or whether it's fake, you have to have confidence, because human beings they don't be led by somebody who's like, oh God, I don't know. What do you guys think? They want somebody who's going to definitively say, here's what we're going to do, and this is going to be righteous and God-fearing, and that's the way it has to be. And so when you go to a crew, you turn to 90 people, and you have all these faces sort of looking at you like, what do you want to do next? Which is a terrifying thing. It takes you 10 or 15 years to get comfortable enough to just go, dude, it's my way or the highway. You have to be able to do that. I mean, it wasn't until I was 40 that I could kind of go, here's what we're doing, here's exactly what we're doing, here's all I want, and mean it, and people would sort of go right away.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on.
I think I could do it again, if you thought it's what you really wanted. But don't you take the easy way out.
What easy way? There is no easy way. No matter what I do, somebody gets hurt.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
The biggest part of my job as a director, particularly if you're a writer-director, is you give that character to that person. When they are cast, you give them a little candle with that person's soul, and you say, now it's yours. I don't know more than you. You are the keeper of that person. I am involved, but I know I don't hold the key to the character, and I almost have very literal conversations with my actors about that, because like you're saying, if it's personal and if you wrote it and you're directing it, there's a tendency, I think, for actors to feel like they don't want to take over too much, or they're worried that you'll keep interfering. And so I very much say it belongs to them. And I think, you know, in so many ways, filmmaking is a collaborative art. It's about giving it to each person and saying, you are the storyteller. And I feel like they need to feel that that's their corner of the film they're responsible for.